My pregnant wife forgot her wedding ring at my mother-in-law's house. I insisted on getting it back immediately because mother-in-law has misplaced our things before. But my wife took it as an attack on her and her mother. So yesterday, my wife, let's call her Ruby, 21, went to visit her mom like she usually does on weekends. I am 22 and I work weekends outside the house, but weekdays I'm remote and her mom works Monday to Friday. So it's the only time they really get to see each other. No issue there. Ruby's currently on maternity leave and our baby is due next week. So I totally get that she wants to spend time with her mom while she still can. Here's where things went off. Ruby came home in a taxi and during the trip, she calls me and told me she accidentally left her wedding ring at her mom's place. She took it off because it was hot and her fingers were swollen, pregnancy stuff. I didn't get angry or anything, just asked where she left it and said, let's go back and grab it. I offered to drive us since I didn't want to wait. That's when it started getting tense. She tried explaining over the phone that her mom would keep it safe and we could pick it up tomorrow. I heard her out, but I wasn't comfortable with waiting. I was polite, calm, didn't insult anyone, but I insisted we go get it now. I even said I could go alone after helping her go upstairs, but she didn't want that either. By the time she got home, I was already waiting in the car. She got out of the taxi, clearly upset, and pushed me away when I tried to help her with her bag. She gave me the silent treatment while calling her mom to say we were coming back for the ring. Then she finally asked, "Why are you doing this?" Well, I can't trust her. And that's where I lost my cool a little, not yelling or anything, but I stopped sugarcoating. I told her the truth. No, I don't trust her mom. She knows why. Her mom once lost our engagement ring during a rough patch, and it magically showed up months later. This same thing happened with many other sentimental items I gave her, and some of them did not ever appear back. Ruby insists it was just a mistake, but to me, there's not a reason to blindly trust mother-in-law. That wasn't the only thing either. Her mom has insulted me, made racist comments about my background, hit me once when I showed up at their place after dark at their doorstep, and has never apologized for any of it. I listed those things out, not to throw them in her face, but because Ruby kept asking why. I asked her why does her mom gets all this grace for doing things. She just wished my death yesterday, just because Ruby was feeling sick while I was picking up her meds, but I can't even state the facts without her getting upset. She cried, and I comforted her, apologized for being harsh, and made it clear that I wasn't trying to attack her or her mom. I was just being honest. I told her I don't believe her mom would purposely throw away the ring, but based on history, I wasn't willing to risk it getting misplaced again. If I ever wanted to test whether things had improved, it wouldn't be with something as personal as our wedding ring. We went back. Her mom gave me the usual cold stare, but at this point, I don't care anymore. Later, Ruby and I talked. She said she understood, and she forgave me, but she still felt hurt about the way it all went down. I didn't yell, I didn't insult anyone, I just acted quickly, maybe too quickly, and didn't give her time to process it. I agreed and apologized for that part, but I still feel down about all this as well. In my defense, I just panicked a bit. I value that ring a lot, and when something feels urgent, I move. Ruby's actually thanked me for being that way in past situations, but after seeing my wife still so sad about this, I'm wondering if I should have just let it go. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like I did the right thing, but maybe in the wrong way. Am I the asshole? Best comments. Your mother-in-law is a pain, but the problem is your wife is allowing her to continuously disrespect you. You need to have a serious sit-down conversation about how she's mistreated you and what you expect your wife to do about it. It's not being harsh, it's setting boundaries and asking her to put your family first. You, her, and new baby. The situation will only get worse when baby comes because mother-in-law will be around even more and influencing your child. Just one item in the list you shared about how mother-in-law has mistreated you is grounds for no contact or low contact. Your wife needs to be an adult and stop running to her mommy for every little thing. I've tried to talk to her about this. Sadly, mother-in-law is the only close family left for her, and she's always too defensive about their relationship. Abuse and control are also some factors in their relationship, so I don't expect her to heal overnight, but all I ask is for some respect and the same grace she gives to mother-in-law about her F-ups. You have a wife problem, a huge one. Things will only get worse once the baby comes. And mother-in-law problem all combined. If the wife had a backbone, she would put her mother in her place. It's difficult to deal with in-laws if your partner has no control over them. We can all see the divorce coming, right? It's not just me. If the wife doesn't wake up and deal with her mother, it won't just be divorce. It'll be a lifetime of therapy for the child who grows up with a mom excusing grandma's racist comments. Update number 1. I know the woman I chose to spend my life with, and she's a great person. She cares about her mom as much as she cares about me, but she did admit she overreacted and wanted to support me more. I know this isn't the end of the story. We already started thinking about some boundaries to make, and this is just the start of our lives together. So hopefully when I come back with updates, it will be good news. Good night. I'll do my best to stay up, and thanks for all the advice, even the sharp comments. I read every comment, and you gave me grounds and confidence to set some boundaries and communicate better with my wife. Good night to everyone. Update number 2. Baby is born. He was completely safe and sound. My wife and son are sleeping. I'm checking on baby so Ruby can get some sleep. She did great and apologized for everything. She said she was just nervous about today and wanted all of us to be okay, so there wouldn't be any drama at the hospital. Update number 3. 3 months and 5 days later after the first post. Hey everyone, it's been about 3 months since the original, and I figured I owed you all an update. Baby first, because that's the best part. Our little guy is 3 months old now and thriving. He was a chunky newborn, and he's only getting bigger. He hit 16 pounds and 2 feet 1 inch right before his 2-month checkup. Healthy, happy, and smiling more every day. The mother-in-law situation. Well, it's been a ride. Some ups, plenty of downs, but I've learned to manage it so I don't lose my mind, lol. A lot of you suspected she was pawning stuff, and yep, you nailed it. My sister-in-law, 18, recently asked my wife Ruby for money to cover payments on their mom's pawned jewelry. We ended up lending them about $2,000, so they could just recover their stuff altogether. It's been a month and no repayment yet. Somehow, they're always struggling, even with low rent, less than $1,000 in food stamps, but that's another story. I've tagged along for a few lunches at Mother's-in-Law, since Ruby has started seeing through more of her mom's BS and doesn't like being alone there anymore. Funny thing, even though we invite her to our place whenever she wants, she refuses because she doesn't feel comfortable. I've offered to leave the house or stay in our room so they can have privacy, but nope, if it's not on her terms, it's nothing. So gladly for me, visits are way less often, as I'm back at work already, and until my wife feels comfortable again, I should be there with them. The worst part is the verbal stuff. Mother-in-law never says it when I'm around, but when she's mad, she yells at Ruby and throws out nasty comments about me, or even our baby. She said things like, "Our son will grow up to hit Ruby," or that bad things will happen to her because of how she treats mother-in-law. It's gross. Ruby's been doing therapy, and we agreed our son doesn't need to grow up hearing that. She did her best to explain to her mother that visit stops when she acts like that, because a baby doesn't need to hear all that, and neither does she. Her response? He must be used to it already. I've behaved this way since he was in your belly. So yeah, I wasn't taken aback. I see mother-in-law by her true colors, but Ruby got very disappointed that day, so reality check passed. After one particularly bad yelling match, just days after we loaned them the $2,000, we went low contact for a couple of weeks. Eventually, mother-in-law showed up at our door with some of Ruby's old stuff she found, plushies and such, in what felt like a big victim performance of how much she had to walk. We live 15 minutes away walking, or she could have taken a bus, but okay. No real apology, but Ruby says she kind of half apologized later, so they're talking again. As for childcare plans, because Ruby's going back to work soon, mother-in-law had offered free babysitting, but that's off the table. She's joked about spanking our son to correct him. It wasn't even 2 months old when she said that, and suggested giving him water in the summer. Whether that's ignorance, Ruby's take, or something darker, my take, it's a hard no. We're hiring a sitter, actually my mom, who does this professionally and will pay her because our kid deserves patience and love, not someone with random anger blow-ups. So for now, mother-in-law still sees the baby, but only supervised. Any more screaming and visits stop again. I doubt she'll ever change. Therapy is for crazy people, according to her. So we're just keeping contact as low as Ruby will allow. I'll save my venting for Reddit and my therapist. That's pretty much it. Thanks to everyone who gave advice last time. My mom, she studied psychology, and a couple friends think mother-in-law might have bipolar or borderline personality disorder, but she'll never get a diagnosis because she won't set foot in therapy. So whatever. For now, the plan is just healthy baby, happy home, and minimal mother-in-law. Best comments. I feel bad for Ruby, but am glad that she's seeing her mom for what she is, a racist. And I'm glad that you two are setting firm boundaries. You are doing a good job protecting your family, and I hope you all continue to thrive. Why do you say she's a racist? I must have missed something. But one thing's for sure, she's batshit crazy. He says she made racist comments about his background, so it could be about race, nationality, culture, or even religion. I have a friend whose father-in-law is racist toward him just because he's Italian, and the father-in-law is from Ireland. Does your wife have any family that can help deal with her mother? Besides her sister, she's her only bio family. She only wants a healthy relationship with her mom and refuses to go no contact because she is afraid mother-in-law would die with them hating each other, like it happened with her dad when she was little. Just keep reminding her that you and your son are her main family now, and she has to put you guys first before the rest of her family. She's very aware of that. She's even excited to move away now that we are planning on buying a house outside the city, which I never thought she would like because of her mom. We already agreed that if things don't get better, then she can visit her mom, but without our son.